Before Fiona Horne became the face of modern magic and witchcraft, the best-selling author, radio and TV personality was the frontwoman for Aussie electro rock band Def FX.
But behind her glamorous life in the spotlight was a dark and troubled past. And in her brand new memoir, The Naked Witch, the 51-year-old reveals her incredible journey of survival and reinvention. And Fiona Horne joins us live from New York this morning. Welcome to the show. You've published more than 10 books, but this is probably your most personal account. Why did you want to write this one?
Wow, well, I was approached by an old publisher and they said, have you got another book in you? And I had kind of stepped away from working in the entertainment industry to focus on working in aviation and doing other things. And this kind of came out of nowhere. So I decided to take the next indicated action and just write the book.
Okay. Now,
and it was a very interesting experience.
Yeah. What was the most interesting? Because you've done books, you've done a lot of things. What was the most interesting experience?
Yeah.
How was this experience different to other books?
Well, I think I underestimated how challenging writing an autobiography that would really go deep into my past and, you know, what kind of all the events and things, lessons, the mistakes, all the things that happened to bring me to this point in life. And it was challenging. It was hard to write, but all along, I think the thing that guided me was, you know, can I make this book useful? Can it, you know, I didn't think I was going to continue working in the entertainment industry. So it was like, why write this book? Well, can it be useful, entertaining, but maybe even people could benefit from the lessons I've had. And that seems to be the feedback I'm getting, that people enjoy the book for all my mistakes and, you know, for getting here and maybe being able to learn a little from my mistakes.
You spent some time on stage as a singer, of course, so rubbing shoulders with rock stars doesn't seem out of the ordinary. Tell us about your relationships with Paul Stanley and Tom Jones.
Well, there's a section in the book where I talk about these pivotal meetings that I had with Paul, with Tom, with Gene Simmons, with Marilyn Manson, and these events that happened that kind of inspired me to leave Australia and go and work in the US. And, you know, Paul was my crush, my teen crush. I used to kiss a poster of him goodnight every night from when I was 10 years old to when I left home at 15. And then I got to kiss him for real. The book talks about that. And then Tom, I interviewed when I was doing a show for another network, and we ended up spending a couple of weeks together that was interesting.
How so?
How interesting. I mean, how so? You're
Yes,
right. Your question's better.
Well, yeah, I mean, how so? You have to read the book.
Oh, the old, you have to read the book. All right, are you still practicing witchcraft and magic and all that?
Yes, I realised in writing the book, even though the W word I hadn't used publicly for some time, especially working in aviation, it's very conservative. But as I wrote the book, I realised, you know, I still am a witch. I always was one, always have been one. Ever since I was a little girl growing up in the Sydney bushland, you know, south of Sydney. I used to love being outside in the bush, and witchcraft at its core honours nature as sacred. So I was always a little nature girl. And I think in writing the book, I realised that I am still a witch. I'm maybe not a poster girl so much for it anymore, though that's obviously changed now with the book out. But it's a spiritual path, and it's quite extraordinary, actually. It's been 20 years since my first book was published, and the 20th anniversary edition has been released at the same time as my new book. And it's extraordinary to sort of I actually have it here in the studio. I'm going
There it is.
pop it in here and this. I mean, look at this. It's like 20 years and now, and it's like, what a journey between the two. It's... Never would have expected.
Well, we love having a witch on the show every now and again, so it's nice to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, guys.
For details about Fiona Horne's latest book, The Naked Witch, that's the latest one, you can head to our website. Thanks, Fiona, an extraordinary life.